You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Hey, happy Monday. What's going on, Robbie?
I'm just happy to be here, Rex. How are you doing? I'm excited for the show. We got some great deals. We're going to have some great conversation. Let's go, man.
No, because I'm getting Comcasted already. So you were blinking in and out. Oh, my Lord. I don't remember your room having a green tinge to it.
See, I can change the color.
Do something?
Yeah, I can change the color of the lights, yeah. And tonight we're talking about the Saw franchise on PCP Movie Night for the end of Horror Fest. So I'm appropriately themed.
When do we start this thing?
Usually at 6 o'clock.
No, I mean, seriously, when do we get started?
Usually at 6 o'clock. The man of many watches. Can't figure out what time zone he's in.
Well,
Hi, John.
This one is Wakanda time zone. See, Robbie's not even ready to go yet. He's talking about Saw, and that movie's terrible. Hey,
Preston, what's going on, buddy? Well, it does at this point. Well, it's good time to be an Eagles fan. I don't know about being a Cowboys fan. This is about that time of year where they start to have that massive collapse.
It is a great pumpkin. I should have worn that giant orange thing I wore.
Please don't.
I've got like that orange Henley shirt stuffed in the back of the BMW for if the weather gets terrible. I did wear it here one day.
Excellent. Like we should put that up there.
Dude, I did not think I was going to be here tonight. Coming back up on North on Route 206, it was oddly empty. And it kind of was giving me the like Walking Dead Last of Us vibes. As I'm driving up the road, I don't see anything.
When you come to the end of the summer, it's
Monday night. Penz's Pies, everything's closed. And I'm like I see one old man scurrying to his truck, and I'm like, holy crap, did the world end? It's only been like 4 hours that I put my phone down.
Oh, man.
And I said, that's when I texted you. I'm like, dude, I'm almost home. I went home, changed my shirt.
All right, so road collecting and weird. Easy go lucky. What's going on, Preston? What's up, buddy?
Don't we have to do the beginning where he starts the show and does the
Yeah, you're late. It's already been done.
You started without me?
Yes.
Is anybody still here?
You know why? Here, because you didn't bring me no John Cole sandwich for months.
He's closed.
For months now.
Months.
That's been months.
That's a top 10 best-selling sandwich, son. You got to call and reserve that.
Well, call them and reserve one for me. Tacoma, what's up, buddy? So
Robbie did his Saw franchise thing?
He did. We were talking about that. We were talking about how the music to Saw sounds vaguely familiar to Live and Let Die by Wings or James Bond.
Actually, that's a good point. You know what I started doing a little bit, because Robbie has turned so many people on to so much really good horror. Every once in a while, if I see something that I watch, I'll text him and I'll be like, hey man, you should check this out. This is pretty cool. And it's always like weird, like it's 2 a.m. and I'm watching something made from like Ireland or New Zealand or something. I have to say, what I love about horror is the genre of movie I love requires hundreds of millions of dollars to do. But horror requires some decent writing, a little bit of filmmaking knowledge, and some effort and imagination. And the stuff these people pull off on these tiny budgets, like how many people are making movies for like $6 and $7 million bucks? Shudder's got a whole bunch of them, man. We've talked about it before, but kind of a Halloween show. Give yourself a Halloween treat, man. Turn on Shudder. I think it's like $7-8 a month. It's great.
Well, we were talking about that on Friday. We were talking about our favorite, scary movies for Halloween. And some of the best ones didn't have all that gore and all that stuff. It was just use of music, suspense, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of the movies that were on our list were like that. They weren't overly gory, overly, heavy special effects. It was just use of lighting.
The original Exorcist gets all this stuff about the pea soup, right? But in the entire scope of the movie, I wouldn't call that a gory movie.
No,
You know what I
it
mean?
really
A lot of The
wasn't,
Exorcist is done with music, like you said, some eerie lighting. The fact that a lot of the movie-going audience wasn't familiar with like the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C. in 1971 or 2 or whatever.
So, Tacoma Geek, I got to disagree with you, bro. The Blair Witch Project was awful. I think that what they did really, really well was it was one of the first movies that used the internet and social media to promote itself.
Oh, I remember
Creating
that.
such a
That
buzz.
was when the Blair Witch hit, like on the internet, even before the movie, people were already talking about, oh my God, I can't believe how scary this looks. And then of course we get, runny nose girl talking too close to the
Thank
camera.
you.
But I still thought there were scary scenes in that.
What made Blair Witch so scary was the build up to it, right?
Yes.
Like this was one of the first movies to actually use the internet to kind of viral market itself. A lot of people thought that it was real when they saw it, and yeah.
And I think they did that really well. The movie itself, my then ex-wife had to go see it, so we went to go to the movie theaters to see it, and it was a limited opening. So I think we had to go all the way inside, Philadelphia to find a theater that had it.
Okay.
Go and watch the movie. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Okay. And I'm going through here. I lean over to my ex-wife, and I go, "Dude, this isn't scary. Actually, it's making me kind of nauseous. First of all, will this woman please get a tissue and blow her nose? That's number one. And I'm getting nauseous because all we're seeing is this camera panning around all over the place.
That perspective.
And then she flip it around, and we see her nose hairs and her runny nose. And I'm like, this is a complete waste of my money.
It was the birth of found footage, even though there were a couple found footage type movies before that. This was the one that sort of broke new ground for a subgenre of horror. Now you got, I just mentioned Shudder. Go type in found footage. It's its own category on Netflix, Shudder, and there are a ton of these movies where they're sort of. I just rewatched Hell House, the director's cut. Director's cut makes the movie a little bit better.
You talking about like the newer one, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the Abaddon Hotel, they said it's set in upstate New York, but they really shot it out past in Lincoln County, Pennsylvania. I think that those kinds of movies are scary to certain kinds of people. Because I'll be honest with you, the very first time I saw the Blair Witch Project, the original, legitimately 4 or 5 people got up and walked out of the theater, like hurriedly. They didn't walk out like they were
Hold on, guys. Hold on, Comcast is hitting you.
Scared. So that being said, I'll give them their props. They sort of did something. Oh, are we having technical issues again?
I have no idea.
It's 6:12, so we're done.
We had it before you even came in.
I can always tell by Robbie's reaction.
So, Robbie, what is your opinion of the Blair Witch Project?
My opinion of the Blair Witch Project is when I first saw it, I think I was like 17 or 18 when that movie came out. And what? Are y'all back?
Are we back? Okay,
yeah.
We're back.
All right. So I watched it when I was a teenager. What I liked about it at the time was it was very inspirational to me because it meant like it was something that told me that like I didn't need much to make a movie, right? And so at that time I was really into like being a film director and a writer, and I was trying to think about that. So it was inspirational to me. It was an interesting experience. It was one of the most rowdy and raucous theater experiences I ever had. It was just a bunch of teenagers like hooting and hollering and all that stuff. In the movie, everybody's dead silent pretty much. And I've never had this happen since. But when the movie ended, everybody just got up and slowly walked out. Nobody was talking about the movie, none of that kind of stuff. And in hindsight, it's probably because we were all like trying to figure out, what did we just watch? Like, I don't know. I tried to watch it on home video after that, and I thought it was just okay, right? Like I liked it more when it first came out, when I was wrapped up in the hype, but as a movie, it it could have a little bit more of a narrative to it, but at the same time, I do think it's a brilliant move, and it does show you that you don't need too much to make a sensation.
I think the magic of it was the way that they had marketed.
Yeah,
And that was a brand new idea. Nobody really, thought about that like, wow, okay, and create a kind of a groundswell of buzz about the movie without the traditional method of TV commercials, that kind of thing, right? So that was impressive. Unfortunately, the quality of the movie was so poor, in my opinion, that, the only thing that was impressive was that it was marketed in such a way that we had never saw before and created such a buzz.
One of the reasons it doesn't hold up is so many people have basically bit off their gimmick using found footage and that sort of stuff, that people watch it now and they're like, what was all the hype? And it's hard, especially if someone will say someone's under 25. It's hard to explain to them what the 90s was. The 90s was an introduction to, especially in the part of the country we were in.
Right.
All throughout the Northeast, New York State, Pennsylvania, parts of northwestern New Jersey. This is sort of, if you take a drive through those places, they very much look like the fictitious Perkinsville, Maryland, Western Maryland, parts of southern Delaware. These are places that are surprisingly rural and superstitious compared to Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, which are just a couple hours away. Right?
Tacoma Geeks, I loved Ghost. I thought that was such a great movie. I agree with you. But no, listen, Blair Witch was a phenomenon. It really was.
It really was.
It was just a crappy movie, but it was a phenomenon.
Part of the reason,
dude, if I could stare at that woman's nostrils one more time, I was going to puke in my popcorn.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit that movie had some technical flaws, and that was absolutely one of them. I don't think anybody denies they did not need to see that woman's nose more than once in the movie to get the point of what was happening. But I think that movie went from being overhyped to underhyped, and now people who discuss film were trying to find a gear for it.
Right.
Was it groundbreaking? Well, yeah, in certain aspects. Was it absolutely terrible? No. People went to the movie. Keep in mind, the point is to get people to pay money and enjoy the movie.
I sat there and felt like I wasted money.
Most of the people, and back then, I was going to see a movie just like anybody else. People would be like, weren't you just here last night? No. Yeah.
I got to tell you, that camera thing gave me motion sickness.
That gave people a lot of, I remember they very unkindly called it shaky cam or jiggle cam, and people were not okay with that.
Well, it was making me nauseous. And I can be on a fishing boat on the Chesapeake at ODark 30, chugging beers at Buzz by 10, eating a hoagie while somebody's chumming in the water. And this thing made me sick. So
yeah, I worked at the movie theater when that came out, and you're not alone. It made a lot of people sick. Same thing when Cloverfield came out. There's just some people that just, you get that motion sickness or whatever, and it affects you, and you can't help it. Y'all back?
So yeah, not a fan of that movie. But all right, let's get to a few looks. And Big John in the house. What? Are we out again?
We're in and out. You can hear it. I can see it on my phone.
Get the torch and the pitchfork from the car. We're going to Comcast, you and I. We're rolling, buddy. We're rolling like Hawaii 5-0. Oh, what happened to your car? Are we back?
Yeah, y'all are back.
Maybe not. Okay.
You're
so
back.
What happened with your car? What did they say?
It's sitting there. I told them that I was going to drop it off, and when they had a replacement car for me, they come in and tell me, and then they could do the repairs. So I was going to leave it sit in my driveway.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so let's get the You All Need Fiber. Now, are you talking about the fiber that old men
Oh my goodness,
need,
right on
or
cue.
Are you talking about fiber for the internet? Just ask. And fiber. Yeah.
Scoop of Metamucil in here, I'll be fine.
All right.
I just don't think we're there, man. I'm telling you, Comic Robbie says in and out.
Hi, can y'all see me?
Yeah,
we can. Oh my God, I'm so frustrated with this. All right.
Where's Alex with the MiFi?
I don't know.
Yeah, Alex,
All right.
collecting guy, if you're watching this, get in here with the MiFi. Otherwise, there's not going to be a show.
Yeah, for real, right? All right, so here we go. Weird, that's a good one. Hey, we don't enslave squirrels around, guy. We protect squirrels around
You
here.
enslave the people. Have you seen the look of misery on Amy's face?
Yeah, I'm putting John on the bike in a minute, but
Yeah, okay.
all right. So, all right, here we go. So, first up, we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, as always. 10 random Dynamite issues. Tacoma, you can step in any day, bro. Okay? First order of business, egg the Comcast building.
Hey,
when
look
you get
what
there.
JD just said.
What?
I thought I heard Robbie say something, but that can't be. He died 50 years ago this very night.
Too
Imagine
funny.
that. We go
What's going
down.
on, JD?
Imagine we go down to see Robbie at this comic book store, and it's closed, and it's all shuttered and abandoned, and you don't know what happened to the comic book guy?
Yeah, there's a picture up there with a bunch of people at a party, a New Year's Eve party. It's me and Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson in the front.
You know how you posted that photo when you were at the that haunted house place?
Yeah.
That should have been posted in Photoshop where it was like sepia tone or black and white. So,
So you see the Bob Mill skills with that solution of sending Amy. Was it he said that? Oh no, Preston. I mean, send Amy to straighten out Comcast. Comcast does actually send their submission form, so Amy's not mad at them.
well, we've narrowed it down. We know it's not StreamYard because I've talked to countless people who
It's
use
the
StreamYard.
same thing. Comcast signal in this area is lousy. It's been lousy for years. We have a production facility, and you know, for people that need the heavy duty internet so they can dump files, the art files, they have to. We have a different office for that because of the internet. The internet here sucks. It really does, and you should know. You live in this town.
We should maybe do the show for my house because my internet, I get like 116% of my speed. And I got the other thing too from Verizon.
That's because your wife sits on the zoning board.
You know that? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My
She's
wife
like,
is dialed
Comcast-
into the community.
Comcast is at your house in a flash of an eye. You pick up the phone, you hang up the phone, they're there.
Because one day I got a text on my phone when I was in the pool, and it said, "We're on the way because your internet is out." And I'm by the pool, and I wanted to text them.
And we don't want your wife blocking our zoning.
We don't need 75 tickets handed out in a day to our trucks.
All right, next up we have Dynamic Forces Grab Bag 3-pack. Predominantly DC Marvel titles with a few indies sprinkled in, and we have that as always for $5. Then we have a Dynamic Forces Grab Bag 7-pack. Same thing, predominantly DC Marvel titles.
You see what TJ James said?
Wait, I'm reading it now.
Alex ripped off another person. We're very sorry. He got an invoice from Alex, but he never got his books.
Huh, TJ, Thursday night show. What's Thursday night?
Well, that explains how there's a scam. There's no Thursday night show. So Alex is on his phone. Hey, do you want to buy comics?
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll come in and explain, or I'm not sure about that, TJ. No big deal, buddy. We'll figure it out. All right, so then
The deal is $15. That's coffee and a bagel in the state of New Jersey.
hey, that's less than the John Cole sandwich.
That is significantly less than the John Cole sandwich.
Just saying. I had a dream about the John Cole sandwich.
Someone joked around and said, "Is that sandwich so expensive because your name is on it?" And I
Did you
said,
show them? Did you show them my picture that I took? I put it on a stool in my house, and you have my feet as a size reference. Did things like this. Okay.
It's a pretty big
I
sandwich.
cut it into fours. It'll feed me 4 different times.
"Yeah, it's a pretty big sandwich. It's it's not unsurprisingly, it's not small."
Yeah, Tacoma. Amy and I do Travis's show on Thursday, but I'm not sure. So we'll find out.
I say because Robbie was posting some burgers for a while, so I sent Jay a couple pictures of burgers, and I was like, "This is going to be what the level Robbie's got to shoot for in the future, and then we'll give him burger time."
So, TJ, do me a favor. Email me and Amy if you would, or you can use submission form if you don't have our emails, but you should. All right, we'll look into this for you because that's a little weird.
Preston's not lying
Did
because
you
I
buy-
use that Amish shoulder bacon at the bakery, and that's not cheap, man.
Oh my God. He's got hair of the year already, patience of the year. What are you gonna do? All right, so then we have it's a 7-pack for $10, and then we have Dynamic Forces grab bag 15-pack for $20.
Round guy, I don't even think that's Robbie anymore. I think that's just CGI. He probably is like, these guys just, this never works. So I'm just gonna, have this banged up where he smiles and nods and does his Robbie stuff, and it's great.
Oh,
Meanwhile, he's off, living his life and having fun.
All right,
Yeah, it's my Max Headroom program.
Yep.
Max Headroom. Remember when that was the coolest thing ever? All right,
I just
so
got a Network 23 shirt. I just ordered one on.
did you?
Keep
All
up
right,
with that.
so here's the giveaway tonight. We're gonna do #EXP40 likes. Okay, so let's try to get to 40 here. All right, so the giveaway tonight is Red Sonja number 7, the Lyrics Lee Virgin cover.
Nice.
There it is.
That's real nice.
All right, so that's going to be the giveaway tonight, and all you got to do is put #EXP40 likes. Yeah, I know, Ron guy, right? In the chat, only need to do it one time, and we will do the drawing later in the evening.
I really like this section of where Sonya was sort of like, caregiver. I understand why they didn't, they weren't going to keep that, but I really like that. That was like a very cool little break in the typical, Sonya cutting heads off. I enjoyed that a lot.
All right, let's get to a couple more books before we have to go to
the end of the show,
the break. All right, here we go. The first of the cover sketches. Circular, what's going on? Dwayne DePayne, what's up, buddy? CJ. All right, here we go. Invincible Iron Man number 600, signed with Punisher, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza.
Ooh.
Suggested retail of $149.99.
Did John see this? Because
and we've got it for $74.19 tonight.
One of the best versions of the Punisher, ironically, is when he has Iron Man armor. In one of the what ifs, he's got the War Machine armor, and it's more like a crime machine armor. It's very cool.
Oh, okay, TJ. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah, Alex will sometimes fill in on 360 when they need help. So glad everything's resolved. That's what I want to hear, buddy. Lyle, what's going on? How cold is it? Is it where you're at today? Let us know. It's gonna get colder.
It's got to be cold up there because it is cold down here. It's gonna be right now. It's 49 degrees.
No, but when you Alabama guys say it's cold, it's really different.
No, but dude, he lives at like 30 days of night. It's never not cold.
No, I'm not talking about Lyle.
Oh, all right.
I'm talking about Robbie.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, no. Our forecast is
here.
Wednesday morning. It's supposed to be like 25 degrees here, so that's pretty cold for Alabama in November.
Moving it. That is true. I did read that. So, Dwayne, it's moving across the country. So Dwayne and Oklahoma City,
their parts of the country are colder than ours right now.
Yeah,
because we got that warm front, and
remember
Jersey is a peninsula. Oh, there it is.
Remember there it is.
That is a pork roll, egg, and cheese hoagie.
Why is it on the TV screen and not here?
It's several days old, but yeah, that bread was
you would
maple butter toasted
days old,
and it's an omelet. I actually made like an egg and Cooper cheese omelet and folded it, so you've got burger, cheese, omelet, cheese, pork roll.
Okay, John's statements like that only make us not like you, my friend. Okay, 81 in Florida, and I believe I read that out of all 50 states, only Florida will not be hit by this quick freeze that we're getting.
In all fairness, Florida's taking so many lefts. They're begging for a right. They don't need any more weather issues. I have friends and family who live in Florida, and they're just like, man, we picked the wrong time to move south and retire. They are not happy.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's the other one I did with that one is pancakes instead of
I like pancakes
instead of rolls.
And eggs and cheese. Man.
And the burger had minced long hot peppers in it.
I like that too.
I told you, John, you should bring it to Rex for science, man. Bring it to Rex.
Lyle minus 27.4.
Well, see, when I bring you food, you put it in a bag and you hide it at your desk. You're gonna have to eat it on camera.
What?
Do the big bite for science. That's what Jay just said.
I'm not here to help science. I'm here to feed myself, people. It's not my job. Okay? John takes the pictures. I get the free food. That's the relationship here.
Wow.
Raspberry lemonade. All right, so we got to go to our break, don't we? I'm sorry, Jay. All right, so we're going to go to our first break. We'll come back to the rest of the cover sketch. Stay with us.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below. Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find a link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP. Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Girlish figure, Big John. Yeah, right. All right, so let's get to the rest of the cover sketches. Next up, we got Bucky Barnes, The Winter Soldier, #1, signed with Spider-Boy cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $119.99, and we have it for $75.
The cover should have been Winter Soldier holding Spider-Boy out like this, saying, "Kid, I've literally been doing this for 100 years. Settle down."
Give Jay a second. He may have to.
He's probably going through more of my burger picks.
It's just me hungry. Jay, you there, buddy?
He's having problems on his end, so the least we can do is...
It is the end of the world when you're driving up 206.
I got to tell you, man, driving up 206, that was kind of weird. This road I'm talking about is a fairly busy road. No,
hey, Jay.
I got to check Slack. I don't see it in my downloads.
What, my burgers? Or
oh, the Bucky Barnes.
Oh, I was going to say the burger, yeah.
I'll tell you what, John will keep you all entertained. Let me go see. Let me go check for it.
No, hold on. I had it under Winter Soldier.
There it is. Okay.
He fell asleep. I wouldn't blame him. That's nice, man.
What did I say to Tacoma Geek? About what, buddy? I don't know. I say a lot of things. I don't remember most of it, luckily. All right. So that is $119.99, and we have it tonight for $75. Yeah, that was really sad when I read that today.
I mean, the Matthew Perry thing is, I mean, I'll tell you what this Matthew Perry thing reminded me of a little bit. A lot of people watching this are into pro wrestling. It reminded me of the Eddie Guerrero thing. The guy was super talented and super well liked. Everybody loved the guy. He had his issues, but then he seemed to sort of overcome them, and he was sort of like on the way back up. And apparently, the last I read, it looks like Perry had a heart attack in his hot tub and drowned. And Eddie Guerrero, same thing. And I guess the lifestyle sort of wears on them or whatever. So,
Wait,
yeah.
did Bull pass recently?
Yeah.
I
Richard
did not-
Malpass.
I did not
The
hear
voice
that.
of Two-Face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was like a day or two before Matthew Perry or something, right?
Yeah. So, it hasn't been great.
No, I did not know that. I did not read that.
People were
I
saying
saw the
that,
Matthew
and I don't know how
Perry
true
thing.
this is, people were saying he was dealing with a long-time illness. I saw another article that said he was dealing with complications from, basically he never fully recovered from COVID or something. I don't like to believe any of this stuff until I hear it from like a representative of the person. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
people are just, crazy stuff. They'll say
that's
anything
really sad.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's really sad. And the irony of life is Night Court is back on TV now.
Night
The
Court
new
is back
version.
on TV now.
I've watched a couple of it. It's okay.
I keep hearing these stories like Friends didn't age well. Oh, Friends isn't really as good as people thought it was.
Oh, dude, it's just as good
Somebody
as it was.
told me Friends has just broken $400 million of syndication money.
I believe it.
That doesn't count the money they made in the 10 years they were on.
Oh,
That's
believe
in syndication.
seeing all these clips now
Ironically,
that
the mention of $400 million brings
passed
that.
away, man. It's definite.
We don't have 70 people in the room. I thought we would be giving this away today, but I guess we're not. I do have a consolation prize.
The point is moved. The sketch card is mine.
Uh-oh.
A pencil from Amy's desk that you used to draw.
I'm
we get-
sorry, sir. I will need to see the provenance on that pencil.
Is there like is the little dynamite thing on it, the holofoil seal? So I know it's.
So this is what we're going to do. I'll find something else to give away, and if next Monday we have 70 people in the room, we'll give away the.
Well, we
Amy's
do have a
prize.
giveaway for them.
Oh, you do? Then
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have to bother.
Yeah, it's the Red Sonja number 7.
Keep some of your stuff, sir. We'll give you joy.
Yeah, TJ, I've watched it a few episodes out of nostalgia. Yeah, it's okay.
It popped
It's
up on
not bad.
Peacock or something.
It's not great.
My wife has Peacock because she watches some. Well, first of all, we have everything, but she specifically has Peacock for some murder show. So all of a sudden, I saw Night Court, and yeah, when I saw it was Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory, I'm like, okay, I'll put it on. It's a neat idea. You know what I mean? They got
Yeah, it wasn't.
it's on
it just-
Larroquette to bomb in there.
Yeah,
So
it's okay. That's all I'm saying. Steve Vendetta. Who knows? She knows now.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like how many of the cast of Night Court has passed away. Like that show doesn't seem that old for it to have such a high percentage of people that we've lost, But
Night Court gets mentioned in the same breath as Babylon 5. This show was not on that long ago
Right.
for that many of their cast members to be gone. Like core cast members. I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? Like, you look at Night Court.
UG, that's so cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm very, very glad. So I don't know. You get in phases. When I got divorced, there was a minute I was a real estate agent.
Which time? It's been like 4 or 5 times, right?
I'm going to give you universal pizza in a second, buddy.
So and apparently you gave some of them the universal pizza on your way out as well.
No, actually, it was weird. The office I worked out at, man, a lot of people died. I mean, just a lot of them. It was really crazy. Some were older, but some were middle-aged, so they weren't really that old. But it just seemed like an office. Every quarter, a couple of months, somebody would die. So I think sometimes you just walk into that kind of thing.
Being in the food industry, I hate to say this because it sounds almost flippant, and I don't mean it that way. But when you work in like the culinary, the food industry, you're a little bit more prepared for that because it's a little bit less stable. A lot of people in the food industry have problems, live in the rough part of town, wind up taking 3 trains to get to their job. So you're not quite as shocked when something untoward happens as a bunch of people. I'm not hammering anybody for this, but a bunch of people who work at an insurance company or a financial service company. Everybody's in corporate dress, everybody's parking lot, whatever. I think it's a little bit more shocking to those folks than when you're working with someone and they've had problems or they've got like big financial issues or whatever. You're not completely devastated when that person just disappears and then a week later you get bad news.
Right.
You're just like,
it's OUG, right? I know it's either on tonight or Wednesday night because I know it's on TV when I get home after the show. I think it's on NBC.
It's on NBC. Like
So I watch the Today Show, so it's like on NBC when I leave the house.
I think if you have Peacock, it's on the next day.
Yeah, everything's on next day.
Everything is on. Like you don't get it at the same time. I guess you get it the next day or whatever. With most of these, like Hulu, like Hell's Kitchen's Monday, but it's Tuesday or Thursday and Friday or something. It is.
All right. So Jay, let's flash the giveaway again. A lot of people joining us now. The giveaway tonight is Red Sonja number 7, Lyrics Lee Virgin cover. And all you got to do is hit put in the chat one time, hashtag EXP40 likes. And we're at 29 now, so we're close. All right, so we need 11 likes to get there. All right. Next up, we have
this particular, it like really fits her style. I was really glad. I mean, yeah, sure, there's absolutely nothing wrong with 100 covers of Red Sonja chopping someone's head off. Right. But this particular artist and this particular cover go really well hand in hand. I remember, I can't think of who it was. One of the artists was on Twitter talking about how difficult it was to sort of come up with cool covers for Sonja the soccer mom. You know what I mean? That was like a little bit of a challenge. And for someone like Lyrics Lee, clearly their style, it kind of bends right into that.
All right. So next up, this is really neat.
It's a child signer. It's the character that grows up to be Red Scythia.
All right. So Green Lantern number 1, signed Batman versus Man-Bat, cover sketch by Dan Needlinger. Obviously a Neil Adams homage. This is beautiful. Give Jay a second.
This actually works really well with that green blank.
Well, that's weird. It's up
Can
on.
you not see it?
Are you there?
I can't see StreamYard, buddy. I can see it on the screen though. That's so weird. I can see it on YouTube. I cannot see it on StreamYard. How weird is that? All right, anyway. Green Lantern number 1, signed by signed with Batman versus Man-Bat, cover sketch by Dan Needlinger. It is obviously a Neil Adams homage. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have it for $100 tonight.
It's right here. Great cover. It's just
that's weird. All right, so next up we
it's
have
everywhere but on the screen.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But not up there.
Number 1, signed with Green Ranger, cover sketch by Brendan and Brian Frank. Oh, now we can see it. That's so weird. Suggested retail of $119.99. We have it tonight for $59.99.
Did anything sell yet?
No, we have not sold anything yet.
Wow.
So
you should get people
no purchase necessary. No purchase necessary. But if we get to $500 in sales tonight and 50 likes, we will give away a JLA Avengers trade paperback, a $200 trade paperback. We got to get to $500 and 50 likes. Both have to happen.
That's a great giveaway because that's a hard book to find right now.
Let's not.
Your friends from the experience. Why did you ruin that?
So $500
joining us.
$500 in claims and 50 likes.
The slipcase of this
Let me go hit the
is
thumbs up
is
myself.
on my constant shelf of comics.
Nice.
So if you think,
All right, Art, the giveaway code, we're going to use the same one for all giveaways tonight. Hashtag EXP 40 likes. All right, and you only need to enter it once, and you will be eligible for both of them.
Wait. You don't know if you're getting to the second one.
No, you don't, but
The
if
second one
you
should
give
be
away-
50 likes. You got to get to $500 and 50 likes.
well, let's see.
You've
all
got
right, let's
zero
see if we
claims
get
so far, so it's kind of
It's moot.
dubious.
So at this point, let's just.
but you don't
stick
have
with
to
that.
buy anything to enter. You just got to get us
Right.
to $500.
Exactly.
shouldn't you be better at this? Come on, man.
Yeah, the problem with your car was I cut the radiator hose. That's what happened.
I wouldn't be surprised. This is a lousy neighborhood.
Oh my God! All right. Next up, Batman number 357, signed with Batman cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of
Oh, wow.
$89.99. We have it tonight for $50.
I love the logo too. I love
The way that he's using like the lines on the
Yeah.
shadow, right? Yeah.
It's Ken. I mean, we've run out of stuff we can say about Ken.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
this point, we just give you his name. You know what's going to happen.
Well, I will say this: Batman's got either a big head or some tiny shoulders in this one, man. I don't. That's all I'm trying to say. Look,
hey, man, the man's limited by the size of the cover.
If I remember correctly, this one particular costume, those things are up closer to his neck, and then there's like another set further away. He went through a period where he had some weird sort of, I'm not going to say Kelly Jones level of
All right,
weird,
all
but
right.
he had like, weird cape stuff going on.
Hey, Art, believe it or not, the best thing you can do is fill out the submission form, which Jay has pinned at the top of the chat, and let us know what you're interested in. And not only will we get it, but everybody, all the producers at the experience will get it as well. All right. So that's probably the best way to approach that. But glad to hear you're interested, man.
Oh, I know. As Robbie and I will tell you, it's terrible. No.
just make sure you got some good internet first, please.
Now I got to go out and slash your tires.
At least
I'm
28.8.
getting old, man. It's a lot of work, dude. There's so
You
much
think
work
Uber
in it.
drivers would be surprised to hear me for a weeknight say I need to drive home or I'm home somewhere?
Oh, it's that guy John again. Who wants him?
Oh, no. They're all like, said, no. One day, my
my-
friend Amherst picked me up.
Who?
My friend Amherst. She's just one of my food friends. She took over my radio show when I retired. And what
pick you up?
she was getting gas. She turned it on, and she looked and she said, "Really, John?" And she texted me. She took it. She said, "I'm on my way over to get you. I just put the app on." I'm like, "All right." She picked me up. We wound up not going to my house. Shut that off. We wound up going over to Dunleavy's.
Oh, Dunleavy. I have been there in years. All right. So let's do a quick rec scout.
Eugene, wait, we can just apply to be on the EXP?
I had a bunch of people hit the thumbs up to at least get you guys to 50, closer to 50.
Yeah, we'll hit 40, no doubt.
Right.
Oh,
let's see if we get-
But let's see if we get 40, 50, and 500.
OUG's show on the experience should be her Vampirella journey. If you watch the
Officially,
shorts.
unofficial geek, if you want to do a submission form about being on the air, we'll talk.
Yeah, so that's what I encourage everybody to do. Fill out the submission form. We'll get back to you. Absolutely.
You could probably have our slot because we haven't sold any comics.
My God, man. You come here with no food, busting on the show. Amy, I need you to remove John. Bring the trank gun. Oh, no, don't. Then we have to drag him out the door.
The trank gun, nice.
All right. So let's
Every
do
time you say trank gun, Alex twitches a little bit.
That's why I do it. I might bring a real one.
Is she coming in here at some point?
Toward the end.
To the end of the show?
All right. Let's do the Rex Cap. We didn't get far, but let's do it anyway. We started with the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and we've got it, as always, for $5, 50 cents a copy.
Signer24 said you can sell sandwiches but not comics.
No, I can eat sandwiches.
Selling sandwiches is why I'm able to be here, dude.
Oh, man.
It didn't work out the way you thought it would.
All right, then we have Dynamic Forces Grab Bags 3-pack. Mainly DC Marvel titles, but a few indies sprinkled in it. Got that, as always, for $5.
TJ, send your submission to Andy doing it filled-in form, just in case.
Then we have Dynamic Forces Grab Bag 7-pack. 7 random titles, mostly DC Marvel, and we've got that for $10. Then we had the Dynamic Forces Grab Bag 15-pack, and we've got that for $20. Can you get John to curate the
10-pack? I can pick $10 for people.
You want him to do that, Dwayne?
Yeah, Dwayne, I can pick up $10. Pick out $10. Who gets the books, Alex or you?
What?
Like I'll just pick out 10 and email you.
Yeah, Amy.
Oh, Amy. Okay, I don't know. I didn't know who physically went and got the books.
All right, so Dwayne. It's a pain.
Now, if they weren't all the Green Hornet or green covers, man, I would do that to people.
He might.
I'll tell you what it will be. It'll be stuff that I thought was exceptional and maybe didn't have as big a sales as I would have liked. Something like Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. Just a great show.
You got it, Dwayne.
Delivery.
Oh, here,
All right.
here you go. That's great.
And here's
That
some
means-
of them coming to you, my friends.
Oh,
We
this
only
would
have-
be really short.
We only have $495 left to hit that next giveaway.
This absolutely would have been one of them.
I've always loved your optimism.
There's a full
Robbie.
story here too.
Green Hornet and the Green Hornet Spirit. Yeah, that would definitely be in there.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, man. That was very
buddy.
cool.
All right, so then we have the Dynamic Forces Grab Bag 15-pack. We have that for $20, and same deal, mostly DC Marvel titles with a few indies sprinkled in there. All right, then we did our cover sketches. Invincible Iron Man number 600, signed with Punisher cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have tonight for $74.19. Then we had Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier number 1, signed with Spider-Boy cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $119.99. We've got it for $75.
Larsman's a good guy. He thinks I would ship all 10.
Baker's doesn't.
Wait, why is this a 5-pack? Well, you see what happened was.
It's a long story. Let me
It's a long
explain.
story.
All right. Then we had Green Lantern number 1 signed with Batman versus Man-Bat cover sketch
That's a
by
great cover.
Dan Needlinger. It is a obvious Neil Adams homage from the Man-Bat title. Suggested retail of $149.99. We have it tonight for $100. This guy's amazing.
This show's real. This show is going to be huge. I'm surprised someone like Rom hasn't jumped in on this yet. Because that's kind of what he did with Ken Hazer, and now, he's got the largest Hazer collection I know of, other than
Probably.
Ken.
Yeah. I think Tacoma Geeks is trying to give him a run for his money, but
Yeah.
he's not there yet. All right. Then we have Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1, signed with Green Ranger cover sketch by Brendan and Brian Frame. Suggested retail of $119.99, and we've got it for $59.99. And then we did Batman number 357, signed with Batman cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we've got it tonight for $50. All right, so. Ooh. Let me see where is it? Okay, so. See if anybody's interested in the mystery pack. It is the Women of Spider-Verse mystery pack. Comes with a CGC 9.8, a signed book, and a sketch cover. It is valued at $219.97, and we got it tonight for $99.99.
Oh, man.
All right. So let's see.
Larsman wants it.
All right, you got a Lars man?
Yeah, Larsman, I was just going to sort of tell you, I think I'm looking at one of the books, and that's $99 in itself.
All right.
I'm super happy with that.
Now we only need $395 to hit the next giveaway. So there you go.
Rob's like a cashier. Just keep track. All right, so here. Oh, buddy.
I really do hope it's an Aunt May sketch cover. That would be great.
It's Mary Jane's mom who lived next
It is
door.
not.
Emma
All right,
Watson.
you have the Ken Hazer Spider-Gwen.
Oh,
That's the one
beautiful.
that was Yeah, I was thinking, oh man,
All right, so
I love Spider-Man.
all right, then you have an Adam Hughes signed Spider-Man number 300 comic sketch art Virgin variant. Okay,
Oh man, that
All
I
right.
not see in there, but
so then we have finally, so it's kind of a Spider-Gwen theme, obviously, or Gwen Stacy's theme. We have Spider-Gwen number 25 lenticular cover. Does it work on screen? Yeah, it does. Cool. All right, so you're getting all that, my man.
I don't know.
That's
if
a
there's-
sweet deal. Great pickup.
I don't know if there's another character than Spider-Man that has all these female characters circulating around him, and they all do really well. Mary Jane has been a variety of.
Batman.
Yeah, maybe Batman is probably. Well, you know what? I'm actually not surprised you said that, because isn't that always a discussion who has the better rogues gallery, Spider-Man or Batman?
Yeah, it's between the two, and they got the best supporting cast too.
Yeah,
right.
the best supporting cast that actually all tracks.
Oh, cool. We're almost at the 40. So now Nick says the next giveaway, if we get to $500 in claims and 50 likes, he's going to give away a JLA Avengers trade paper.
Yeah, Larry, that's when he was talking about this, I was sitting here looking at the Spider-Gwen, and I'm thinking, I would pay $100 for that book. That was just like on its own, I would have paid $100 for
How would you know? You haven't paid for a book here in I don't know how long.
If I submitted invoice to the experience for my time, even at my most common friends at daily rate, I'd be bankrupt.
That's all right. We just go out there and copy John.
You couldn't possibly find someone to replace me.
We
When we come back from the break, somebody should be here. Somebody different should be here. Like Alex or somebody just sitting here. I'll be at the window.
No, we'll just steal the John Cole sandwich and start to sell them like out of a food truck.
There's going to be a John Cole inspired Thanksgiving sandwich starting next week.
Hey, Lars, man.
Bakery.
Let me see here. Hey, Lars, man. If you already have the identical Hazer CCA, I'll find a replacement for you, buddy. I didn't realize you had that already. But if you do, I will find a replacement for you. All right,
Oh, Lars, man, that's super nice. But yeah, let's get him something.
Yeah.
Let's
John
get him
doesn't
something
need
different.
John doesn't need. He has a storage unit filled with this stuff.
Oh, no,
John's already stolen one of those anyway, like a long time ago, right? So
He said one. That was cute.
You know how
I'll show up at Robbie's comic
know
book
they-
store. He'll just tase me. There won't be any hello.
See,
It'll be Robbie. How you?
So the drugstores and department stores are going through retail theft, with these flash mobs breaking in.
That's kind of
taking-
wild.
It
man.
is. It is. We have a similar problem, except we don't have a mob. We have a John. Okay. All
I'm
right,
a
and
flash
there's nothing-
mob one.
And nothing is smashed. It's very subtle. Oh, what's this book you have here? Oh, isn't that interesting? I'm going to read it. And then next thing you know, we never see that book again. It's amazing. Okay. So it's kind of like
other
that.
people read the books, you would miss them. But
And then we ask him, why did you need to take two? Well, I might want to read it twice.
I might want to read it twice.
That
One-
line from My Blue Heaven.
One from
Thank
one
you,
from
thank you.
here and one for the shore.
I remember that was the funniest
What if I
line
read
in
it
the
more
movie.
than once?
When he got caught with all those books,
Look.
he's like, yeah, in case I want to read more than once.
Yeah, Larsman, whatever you want to do is fine. If
Yeah,
you want
dude.
that one, it's great. If you want
I'll
something else, it's
hook
great.
you up. Don't worry about it, John.
If you want to just,
Or John.
if
Lars.
you just want to message
Lars
him
man.
or email him.
Yeah. I'll email you later, buddy.
Yeah,
Don't worry
whatever
about
you
it.
want.
I'll swap it out with
See, the
something.
funny thing is, that's what I thought. Like, it's always super generous when people gift this stuff, but I'm thinking, dude, take that to a con.
Yeah, well, I want, even if he's looking for something else, Lars Man has been with us. He's one of the OG of the
Well, I
group.
say that because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse does it drop today or tomorrow on Netflix? So it'll be like it'll get like another uptick.
You're
again.
retired. You're the one who knows that.
I
schedule
think
better
it's
than I do.
Halloween. If I remember correctly, they said on Halloween. that was
So,
gonna be on
but
Netflix.
because Lars Man has claimed so many things
Thank
from
you,
the show.
Jay. It is. It's tomorrow.
It's hard to keep track who has what. So because he already owns it, I would like to offer him something different. Longtime member of the group. So so we'll work it out, Lars Man. I'll email me or I'll email you tomorrow and we'll work it out, buddy. Not
But thank
even
you.
worried
That
about it.
being said, thank you very much. That's a very kind gift. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I like free stuff too, like a John Cole sandwich. But
Haven't you had
anyway,
at least 3 of them?
2. I've had 2. Okay.
I'm sorry I
assure
haven't
you-
brought you more free.
I
brother.
assure you, I am very clear on that. Okay.
You forgot the Loco Moco I brought you. You gave the wings away to your daughter.
The wings were too hot for me.
They
Okay? They were.
They were like out of 3, man.
Well, that's 3 too many for me. I let the kids have it. They thought it was great. But anyway, the Loco Moco I love though. I ain't giving that to nobody.
One of my
They have to
relatives
pry it from my cold dead
One of my
fingers,
relatives
people.
actually requested that when they come up for the holiday. They're like, dude, they didn't even know what it was called. You have to do the burger rice spam thing. And for a split second, I'm like, did I ever do a spam burger? And then I remembered what he meant. I was like, yeah, we can make that happen.
So, Art Rocket Gold, thanks for being here and joining us. I have to warn you ahead of time, this show will make you hungry. Okay? We talk about food a lot. So you know that John is retired from the food industry.
Isn't that what the tangent alert is for?
Uh,
It's just the Food Network music.
Dwayne, you do not actually. You want the actual John Cole. It's breaded chicken. Will you describe it, bud?
It starts life as a chicken parm sandwich because the bakery, they make their own mozzarella fresh every day. They also make their own burrata. It has 2 cheeses on it. And they do, South Philly style cutlets, thin, crispy, so you can stack them. Then we kind of pull it into a different territory by adding the second cheese, which is a roasted garlic burrata, with vodka sauce instead of the traditional red sauce. And then we take some mortadella from South Philly, and it gets crisped up on the flat top and folded into the sandwich with roasted red peppers.
Man, I got to send a picture. I have a picture of it. So I'll do that during the break. All right, I'm sorry, Jay. I know we're over, so we've got to go ahead and take.
Oh, we have to go on a break. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, we'll talk more about stuff when we get back.
All right, so stay with us.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
right,
We
we're
are
back.
back. Somebody said in the chat, and it's funny because I've joked around about this before.
Right.
Someone said I should do a cooking show where I'm talking to comic book creators. I've actually had 2 different groups of comic book creators volunteer to be on that show on Twitter.
Really?
When I showed them, yeah. Tom Stigowski and Janine Atchison said, all you have to do is tell us what kitchen to show up in. And we'll spend time talking about Vampirella and Panther and all that stuff. And then I did a burger, a taco burger. And Dave Avalone reblogged it, which got Dave Acosta to say, dude, I would totally do a show where we talked about comics and he made sandwiches. So if there was actually a studio interested in that, like Comic Shop Snack Bar would be a thing.
So Robbie, Horror Fest is ending tonight, right?
Horror Fest ends tonight on PCP with a look at the Saw franchise, all 10 films reviewed from Saw to Saw X, and then the official finale is tomorrow night on Blood Splatter Chatter, where they'll be talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. I will not be there because that movie blows. So there you go.
I was going to say, Robbie's. I have a question. When you guys are doing the Saw franchise, do you guys include Spiral?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of sort of.
Yeah, that's technically Saw 9, right? That's how you justify Saw X as 10.
That's kind of what I thought.
And the crazy thing is, John, when I first watched Spiral, I did not like it, right? This rewatch was the first time I watched it since it came out in theaters, and I actually liked it a lot more. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed the whole franchise. Like, I had to watch a bunch of recap videos, though, to differentiate between Saw 4, 5, and 6 because they all kind of run into one another. But
Yeah,
and if you think about something like, we always talk about Friday the 13th. They're not the greatest movies, but that's a big deal because there was one of those every year. People kept showing up for those. They did those every year. Same thing with Saw. 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like, for 7 years straight, there was always a Saw movie in theaters, man.
This is why when people talk about suddenly there's a run on sequels, I'm like, have you not seen horror movies? Literally going back to like 1980, 81, horror franchises were doing sequels. And they were designing them to continue. Like nobody, like after Friday the 13th part 2 or 3, nobody thought that was the last one. Everybody was waiting for next summer or next Halloween when it would come out. Same with Nightmare on Elm Street. The second one came out and people were like, oh, I guess it's done. You're kidding me, right? Nobody in that theater who watched those movies back in the 80s thought we weren't going to get another one next summer, next Halloween, whenever. And I Saw follows into that tradition of, I heard a couple people saying, we don't need multiple Conjuring movies. We don't need another Nun movie. We don't need another Exorcist movie. Look, if you don't like the movie, that's fine. That's totally entitled to your opinion. But history but horror, in I would say the last 40 years, has been tentpoled by franchises with multiple offerings.
Well, it goes all the way back to like the beginning, right? Because we can talk about like last night, because we always do a bonus episode on PCP, right? So last night we did Bela Lugosi's Dracula from 1931. Okay. And we were talking about how like that's kind of like the Iron Man of horror movies, this Dracula. Like meaning that it spawned the Universal Monsters cinematic universe, basically, right? And it got its sequels with Dracula's Daughter and Son of Dracula and House of Dracula, and then the Frankenstein movies and Wolfman. Then they all started coming together, and it was so. I guess we're just really waiting on Abbott and Costello meet the Marvel Universe, and then we know it's officially over. But
you know what? I guess the modern day equivalent to that would probably be like Jay and Silent Bob meet the Avengers. Like, I don't know what the modern equivalent of that would be.
So, that's the one we're waiting for, right?
Even in the 60s, you had Hammer Studios. And Hammer Studios was banging out multiple sort of vampire Dracula movies.
So you is paying attention to the chat. Jay is right. They have pretty much built your menu, your cookbook for you.
Oh, really?
Okay, there's something. If you look at this, Flash in the Pan Pound Cake. Okay, let me read some of these. Ben Grimm Knishes.
Oh, wow.
Chicken Cordon Blue Beetle. Fried frog legs. These are some pretty good ones.
There's some good stuff in there, man.
Let's see. The best one, of course, has to be Spider Ham Sandwich. Then we have Man Thing meatballs. Then we have Superman spaghetti sauce supreme. I am getting really hungry.
Superman needs to have. What's Superman's favorite thing? Is it what's the name of the sauce starts with a B? Bolognese or something like what is that? What's that sauce
Well,
called?
Hobson suggested it.
If you read Kingdom Come, his favorite thing is beef bourguignon because it's like his mother's beef stew. Superman enjoys what you like. Superman's meal is what you expect it to be: apple pie, a glass of milk. There's like a scene in Kingdom Come where everybody orders exactly what you think. Bruce Wayne sits down and says, coffee, black. That's it. And Wonder Woman is like, she's pregnant. She's like, I'll have water. And Superman has got a giant glass of milk and pie because that's, you know what I mean? That's who they are. So, Captain America loves all that. He loves hot dogs.
I'll tell you what, John, one thing you do need to do is Aunt May's wheat cakes because those have got it. They'll sell like hotcakes, bro.
They are legendary, man. The Aunt May cookbook.
Oh my God.
I've actually been part of a few cooking shows in development, usually on this side of the camera. Usually like a technical guy, like helping prep food and stuff like that. I got to tell you, that's a real tough skill to cook and still interact with the camera in an engaging way. It's not easy. It's really not easy. Especially at the level they expect. I've done a couple pilots for Food Network. I've done a couple for Bravo. The level that they expect is very high.
Lyle, I got the Daredevil one. Here you go. Daredeviled eggs.
Oh, Daredevil eggs. We're gonna do a little horns.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, we'll put the googly eyes on them, but we'll wipe them out because he's flying.
You do want to get two, don't you? All right. So you should write all this down. All right. So here we go.
It's in the chat. It'll be fine.
Let's do the signed books that we have tonight. All right. So first up, we got Fantastic Four number 588 signed by Jonathan Hickman. Hickman is a real tough signature to get.
And it's looking more and more like the Hickman Fantastic Four. The rumors out there that the Hickman Fantastic Four is what the movie is going to be shooting for. So, you know what I mean? This is one of these things where we'll maybe get this now before John Krasinski pops up with, psych, I've been Mr. Fantastic all along. And you know what I mean? All of a sudden, all the collectors and the retailers decide, no, this is $300.
All right, so we have this one for $29.99. And then we have Uncanny X-Men number 523, signed by Terry Dodson. We have this for $10.
Oh my God.
I'm not even playing.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Hey, Tom Bishop, what's up, bud?
That's crazy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle snapper suit.
So, tonight we dine on turtle soup.
Well, no, I mean, I guess the turtle thing would have to be pizza,
all right? You got it, Tacoma.
Now we only need $385 to hit the next giveaway, plus 50 likes.
You know, since Matt Perry died, they've been showing that clip where they're moving that couch, okay? And Ross is yelling, pivot, and then Chandler loses his stuff, right? He's, shut up, and you're seeing a lot of that. Robbie, your mathematical countdown is making me feel like Chandler right now.
So I want to keep everybody understanding where we are, where we're at.
Pivot.
There's a scene which somebody threw up today on Twitter that really hit hard. And it's a scene where one of the times when Matthew Perry had to take a little break from the show for personal reasons, and they wrote that his character was like in Nebraska or Oklahoma or something, and everybody sits around and they're like, oh, we're all together. And I think it's Jennifer Aniston's character turns and looks and says, Chandler isn't with us. And when now you watch that scene, that scene hits hard.
That's going to be a little.
That hits really, really hard, and it will from now on, because it's just, you know.
No, I agree. All right, so next up we have Avengers: The Origin number 1, signed by artist Phil Noto. Another real tough signature to get.
Oh man, this is so
and
cool.
We've got this one for $15.
Why is Nick selling this stuff so cheap? And then he says people have to get to $500 to get stuff.
I don't ask.
I'm sorry.
I don't ask
I
questions.
don't know if I've seen a Phil Noto signature for $15, especially one like that.
I have. I've met him. I actually got an Electra sketch from Phil Noto. He's a cool dude.
Nice. Yeah, Tacoma.
All right, you got it, Tacoma.
That means we only have $370 left in claims to hit before we get to the next game.
All right. Then we have Green Arrow number 5, signed by JT Kroll. And we've got that for $10.
Nope. There we go.
Silver Surf and Turf. I like that one, Steve Vendetta. That's a good one.
Oh, Silver Servitor actually might work, especially doing something with.
Dude, there are a lot of good suggestions.
There are a lot of really good suggestions here.
I really like them. All right, you got it, Tacoma.
You want me to submit a bill today?
I don't care what you do. I'm not in accounting. I just want the John Cole sandwich brought to me.
Wait, did Tacoma? Did you claim a Green Lantern or the Green Arrow?
Tacoma, I think you mean Green Arrow, correct?
Because we do have the Green Lantern, right? The sketch cover, the Batman one.
So, all right.
Oh,
so
yeah,
Tacoma,
the Batman one.
All right. So, okay, gotcha, buddy. All right. So, Green Arrow is still available, signed by JT Kroll. All right. Wait. So, I'm totally confused now, bro.
I know you are. I can hear your voice.
So you said, never mind. Do you still want the Green Arrow, buddy?
We were giving you gems. I appreciate that.
All right. So I'm going to put you back in there because I think you do want the Green Arrow.
Thankfully, I know the experience transcribes all chats. So they're sent up to the cloud so they can be referenced later.
YouTube will do it for you, where they can like have like some subtitles they'll generate for you. They are ridiculous. They are ridiculous sometimes.
No
they have
Green
no idea
Arrow.
what we're saying.
All right.
You know, for the Alfred one, Alfred's always making cucumber sandwiches. So I'd like to see the John Cole take on the Alfred cucumber sandwich. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, somehow there will be bacon fat involved. Trust me.
I'm pretty sure it would. His popcorn involves bacon fat. So
I had to do somebody wanted, they called it a riff on a British tea, British tea service.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, just so you know, they are small, weird little sandwiches with ingredients I don't usually make. And the point was the guy wanted me to swap out those weird British ingredients and add, the kind of stuff that I did. So, yeah, there was pork belly and pickled cucumber sandwiches.
If there's anybody watching in Britain right now,
I'm sorry.
Please know that John's views are not shared or expressed by the XP. Okay.
What I really like is that John said pickled cucumbers, where most people would just call them pickles.
Well, there's actually a difference. They taught us that in culinary school. There's actually a difference because I just assumed it was the same thing.
See what you did, Robbie?
And I assumed real pickles are used a specific cucumber and they're pickled for a specific period of time. Pickled cucumbers is literally me slicing some stuff thin on a mandolin and dropping it in some vinegar and sugar and like a hot pepper for like an hour.
Some more like red onion, like pickled red onions and stuff.
Yeah, it's not. There's actually not that anybody cares, but there is a real difference. I don't want to, real pickles. It's like a much more involved process. That's
my
why
family lived in Germany for a while before I was born, right? And so there were a lot of like German influences in my grandmother and my mother's cooking. They would do like pork and cabbage and stuffed peppers. They would do all this kind of stuff, right? And sauerkraut and all this kind of stuff. But one of the things they would make all the time was like a cucumber kind of salad, where it was like cucumbers and vinegar and tomatoes and stuff like that. And I remember always liking it. So there you go.
German food is very heavy, so you need something to break it up. So you kind of want to get something acidic and something a little bit fresh and crunchy.
So, hey, Tacoma, no problem, bud. Everybody's here for the same thing, okay? To have fun, to chat. We used to have that drinking game, but
the name drop game.
Yeah, we were afraid we were
the
damaging
American Liver
people's livers.
Association.
Yeah. I got a call from them. They said you need to stop that game. I'm
Somebody
like,
said something about incentives.
Yeah, so let's finish the sign books. We got one left. Is Amazing Spider-Man number 615, signed by Paulo Rivera. And we've got this one for $15 tonight.
I kind of like to look at one character stage. Dude, are you all right? He's like half buried in butt. Dude, are you all right? Lars Man is still doing the drinking game. God bless.
All right, so let's do the incentives that we had from last Wednesday. All right,
Did
so.
you see that Lars Man claim that?
Oh, you got it, Lars Man. I did not. Thank you.
But when your friend comes in and asks, "Did you sell anything?" No, sell it. No, nothing. Nobody wants any books.
Wait, we just sold the ASM. How much was it?
It was 15.
So now,
$360 is where we're at now. So.
All right, here we go. So we have Action Comics number 1058, 125 ratio, Freddie E. Williams, the second variant. We've got two of them. It's trading for 25. We've got it for 15.
You should have saw the series that we got today. Driving down to this thing, guys says, "Hey, I want to show you
Hey
something."
guys, real quick,
Mhm.
Tacoma actually came in first on that ASM.
Oh, he did. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Lars Man. I missed that. Sorry, Lars Man. Tacoma beat you by a millisecond, probably. I did not see it. Thank
have
you,
another
thank
one?
you, Jay.
We have another one. Sometimes I know we have more than one.
I'm not sure. Lars Man, I will look. I'm not sure if we have another one.
Make
but if we
Alex
do-
get like break-in tools and glass cutter and go into something.
No, this comes from DF Inventory.
Oh, is it? Okay. We were gonna see if you needed to find a second copy of a book.
Tacoma, I'm looking to see. Well, you beat Lars Man, so it's yours. I'm gonna look for Lars Man and see if I can get another one.
Oh, see, Howard the Peking Duck would wind up really, really well.
Oh, that's good.
Because
I'm starving. Can we stop at these, please? No,
I've done.
I'm sorry. What? Yes, exactly right. We are going to continue to talk about food. We've been doing it for 2 years, man.
no, that's the guy right now.
I'm hungry as well.
And you know who loved that idea?
All right.
Ken loved that
Okay.
idea.
Thank you, Tacoma. All right, I'll tell you what. Going to give it to Lawrence, man, and then I will look for you. Okay. See if I can find another one, my man. Oh, okay.
Everybody's just so nice in the chat. They're like, no, you take it. No, you take it. Somebody take it so that we can get closer to the goal.
That's sort of what makes the community, right? I've seen
Wow.
other streaming shows.
When Robbie does math, he's kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's something up. He needs to get to a number or something so he can, you know.
Yeah.
He's got
I want to
about
get to the
5
second giveaway. That sounds exciting to me. Do you
He's
remember
got
that
about
time?
5%.
It may seem so long ago. There was a time where we sold everything on the rack. I am so proud of that moment. And we've been downhill ever since, John and Rex. Come on. We got to try it again.
Honestly, I agree with you. I would be ashamed if I actually worked here. I would be concerned that I.
If you were a salaried member of the staff.
All right. So next up, we have Action Comics number 1058, 150 ratio, Jorge Fornes variant.
Oh, this sounds like a lot.
Trading right now for 60, and we have one available for 50.
That is gorgeous. That's one of my favorite Superman covers I've seen in a long time.
That's very, very cool. I'd love to see a version of this with Kingdom Come colors.
I'd love to see a version of this that's like a die cut cover, and you open it up and like that yellow is something at top, and then there's the rest of it or something. That would be really cool.
This one, and if they do black and silver from the '90s black suits,
So
And you remember those die cut covers from the Return to Superman? Those are coming back for the Return to Superman 30th anniversary this tomorrow, actually Tuesday, because DC's early, right? They're always on Tuesday.
So I agree with Lars, man. I think it would make great litho.
I do too. I love that my godson, who's in his 20s, is now going through some of my comics, and he's looking through stuff he's gotten up to like the mid 90s now. And he's like, what is going on here? Because he started with my books. I didn't really let him touch, like my slab stuff or my stuff from the 60s. Kind of let him read some of the stuff in the 70s and then from the 80s on. He got to like 94, 95, 96, and he's like, what is this? And I'm like, well, I said, this is something called like, it was like Cyberblade or something. And, I was just like, you have to kind of understand the time. Like I had to explain it to him. You know, he's like, why is it drawn like this? Why is everybody have so many pockets? Like, well,
Tacoma, I think you're mixing up two Fantastic Four covers. The white and red ones I think you're thinking about are 381, which is when Human Torch burned down Empire State University. The first variant was an embossed cover, and it was white. The second one was red, but the Fantastic Four 358 was the die-cut cover that had the 4 symbol in the middle of it. That was awesome.
Yeah, okay. I remember that, yeah.
Tom DeFalco, Paul Ryan.
There are certain books that people just remember, like Robbie just did. And I guarantee you, if I mention Tom Mandrake and Spectre, everybody's mind goes to the glow-in-the-dark cover.
Oh, also, I said 381. It's 371. My bad. That's my bad. That's my fault. It's my fault.
All right, next up we got Captain Marvel, Volume 11, number 1, 125 ratio. Ricky Yagawa variant. Trading for $25. We've got one available for $12.50.
Dwayne has gone all out, man. Yondu Fondu.
I like
That's
that
a
one.
really. I mean, many of them were really good, but Yondu Fondu is.
I gotta say that's a good one. All right, next up we have Hallows Eve, the Big Night number 1, 150 ratio, Ben Harvey variant. We have 2. It's trading for $60, and we have it for $40.
That's a nice. And like I said, that's a book I did not expect to like. Somebody was like, "You have to check this out," and when they explained the premise to me, I was like, But when it comes up in Marvel Unlimited, I'm like, okay, this is why I love Marvel Unlimited, because I see stuff on there that I would not have gone to the store to buy. I just wouldn't have. And being able, I know a lot of people don't like the digital platform, but being able to see that beforehand, I was like, yeah, I absolutely want to support this book.
All right.
Yummy Fur Pho. I like that one, Marcus.
I like that one too.
Nice reference too. I like Yummy Fur. There you go.
All right. So next up we have Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood number 1, 110 ratio, Carlos Magno variant, trading for $15, and we have it tonight for $10. And it looks like we have 6 of these.
This Marvel Zombies thing is so overworked and overdone, and I mean that in a positive way, not in a bad way. They've done so much, and it's so hideous at the end. I would love to see like a Reed Richards from another universe just pop in and go, oh, pulls out a device about this big, reverses the effect, and leaves. That's how I want to see the Marvel Zombies universe end. That's what I want to see.
Oh my God! All right, then we have Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood number 1, 125 ratio, Raphael Albuquerque variant, trading for $25, and we have it tonight for $20, and we have 4 of them.
This is a very striking cover. I like this one a lot.
All right, then next up we have Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood number 1, 1/100 ratio, Gabrielle Dell'Otto. I love this cover.
Yeah, we've had this before, and this is.
We have one available, trading for $250, and we have it for $195 tonight.
I see 2 things up here that I have to give shout outs to. They're very good, but unfortunately I've seen them before.
Right.
Lou and Mickey's, which is across from the San Diego Convention Center, they have a J. Jonah Jameson on the rocks cocktail. It's J. Jonah, it's Jameson's and something else. And when I was at Wizard World, there, I can't remember the name of it now, there is a Thai food stall at Reading Terminal Market that had a pad Thai fighter when Wizard World was next door in the convention center. And it was super cool. They served it on like these Star Wars plates, and I just thought those are very, very cool.
All right, last and 10 of the night, then we'll go to our break. Prism number 1, 110 ratio, Mateo De Longis variant. It's trading right now for $10, and we have it for $8.
Yeah, Lars, I agree with you. Lou and Mickey is a place where one night we will sit down and eat, but most of the nights we're kind of at the bar.
Right.
Because it's just that, and I love their food, but Lou and Mickey's isn't like a James Beard level place. It's just a really cool place to hang out. But especially at the bar, plus a lot of times during big cons, I've been there for medical conferences. Obviously, I've been there for Comic Con. I've been there for a couple of tech cons. They do some very, very cool stuff at the bar, which aren't necessarily, they have like a surf and turf burger they'll do where it'll be like a crab cake, remoulade, and like a
Triple
beef
B,
burger.
that's a good one. Gambit's Gumbo. That actually is a very good one. All right, we're going to go to our last and final break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We will do some back issues. So stay with us.
What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
How did you get him picked? Suppose we're back.
I just sent a picture on Messenger.
Okay, I don't have Messenger, so I'm going to send you a
That's
photo.
on Facebook, which is the platform that took over after
No,
MySpace.
I have Messenger, but I don't have him.
Oh,
on
okay.
Messenger.
I was going to say you might need to update.
Don't be fresh. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to message you
back.
the John Cole, and then you can get it. All right, so Jay, Bill Gates over here is going to
What?
is going to message you a picture of the John Cole, and I took a picture of it when I went home.
Oh, see, that's a good one. The ribeye of Agamotto.
All right, so as we're waiting for the internet to transfer the photo to him, let's do the back issues. And anybody that joined us late, the giveaway, of course, is a what was the giveaway at? Oh, Red Sonja number 7, Lyrix Lee. All you got to do is put hashtag EXP40 likes, and you will be entered to win this, or for a chance to win this. All right, here we go. All right, so the back issues, we have Action Comics. Funny we're talking about Superman. All right, so we have Action Comics number 510, newsstand edition. We've got it for $8. Then we have Action Comics number 536, John Coleslaw.
Nice.
Newsstand edition. We have 2 available. We have that for $6. So All right, Jay, let me know when you get the John Cole photo, dude, and we'll flash that up. Then we have Action Comics number 546. It is also a newsstand edition, and we have that for $6.
Oh no, Larsman said Rex Chicken Wangs.
Yeah, ironically enough, Lars, man, my daughter's nickname coming up playing in softball in high school was Chicken Wang.
Really?
Yeah.
We have a restaurant down here that serves something called chicken wangs, but they're thighs. They're chicken thighs. They call them wangs, but they're thighs because easier to get thighs than wings nowadays, it seems.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
people
that's
that
right.
are sort of riffing
I
on
heard
that.
that.
I think that's a great idea.
All right, people. So my feet are in there for reference. That, my friend, is a John Cole sandwich. I almost never take picture of food.
Wait a second, Rex. Rex, are you wearing flip-flops and socks in this photo?
He is
Oh, yeah,
he's
dude.
old, like
Yeah.
me.
Sliders and socks. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was cold in winter time, but I don't like to wear shoes around the house. I don't
Tacoma,
like
I
slippers.
agree with you.
So,
Everything
yeah.
I've done is with
And I was gonna crop it, but I decided to leave my feet in there to give you a frame of reference. I wear a size 9.5 shoe. Okay, so you figure it out, bro. Dude, I cut that into 4 pieces and I ate it 4 different times, and it is banging. Okay, no, Marcus, but I'm telling you, how much meat is in that?
We weighed them out. It's about 2 pounds of chicken and
How long is the roll?
cheese. The roll it started out at like 26 inches, but they had we couldn't find the right kind of containers for it. So we were just wrapping it in butcher paper, which people liked, but it's messy.
Yeah, no,
plus
I like the plastic carton. It makes
So
sense.
the state of New Jersey has some rules about that too, about just hot sandwiches and paper going out the door. So now the sandwich is about 22 inches long, a little less
Guys,
than 2 feet.
it was so heavy when he handed it to me. Like, you got to hold it underneath, because if you try to hold it on one side, that thing's flipping over.
It's got slices of fresh mozzarella on the top. It's got the burrata.
So
on the
how long
bottom.
is the roll?
It's about 22 inches. I mean, they bake them every day, so there's always a little bit of.
So
almost
I
about
I
2
wanted to send the pic because I wanted everybody to understand why I keep asking for it. Okay, this is why. It's 2 feet of sandwich, man.
That's got to be like a $60 sandwich or something, John. What's going on there, man?
Well, they asked me to kind of create something non-standard, something that everybody wouldn't see every
Well,
day.
that's not standard for sure.
Well, most, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but even in the parts of this country where you don't have a large Italian American population, you can get chicken parm. Chicken parm is almost American food now, right?
No, that is totally not true.
Okay.
Okay. In Myrtle Beach, one of those midnight places that they open until 3 a.m. They slide those things under your hotel door. Yeah. Ordered a chicken parm sandwich for myself and a calzone for my daughter. The chicken parm sandwich was essentially, a hot dog roll, and they took cubed chicken, sprinkled some breading on it, out of the can like this.
You have to know where to go for that kind of food, and I've said this all
It
the time.
was 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, still at that point you wind up not getting chicken parm.
Well, then it gets worse, right? The calzone, my daughter's told me was basically Pillsbury crescent roll dough, with a little bit of pepperoni, and that was it.
There's a spot not far from the
Oh,
brewery.
and American cheese on both.
No, there's a spot down by the brewery where they make po' boys after midnight, and that's where I go, and I'll wind up getting like a clam strip po' boy. And that's
so bad, dude.
I mean, bunch of comeback sauce on
that
it.
was
That makes me
awful.
very happy.
I'm looking at this like, what the hell is this? It's not chicken parm. Breaded chicken doesn't mean you take cube chicken.
Well, I
and
hate
you
to
put
say
in a
it, but
salad.
I bet you if someone from Myrtle Beach bombs into Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and they hit a place that has crab cakes, they're probably not that impressed. Myrtle Beach has some killer seafood.
What are you talking about? Every time I took an Uber in Myrtle Beach, people were from New York, dude, or North Jersey.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach is very much a touristy.
Okay, and the first one picked up. I said, "Did you retire from New York?" He goes, "Yeah."
And people get to be in their 50s and think, you know what? I love the fact that Myrtle Beach has 6 months of summer. So,
yeah, right. All right. So next up, we got Action Comics number 557. got that for $5. Then we have Action Comics number 562. And we've got that for $5. You have to come. I'm starving now.
I love these covers from back in the day because imagine in 2023 trying to sell a book with a cowboy holding a gun on Superman.
You're giving people ideas.
You'd be like, what? You'd be like, what am I looking at here? Is this Jonah Hex with like a kryptonite gun? Because otherwise, I'm not reading this.
All right. So then next up, we have Action Comics number 585. We have 2 of them, and we've got that for $5.
John Byrne cover.
John Byrne. Yep, that's right. This was
All
a great
right.
era of Superman too, where it was like a team up book. Superman teaming up with someone by John Byrne. Great stuff.
All right. So next up, we got Action Comics number 586. We have 2 of those. We have that for $5. Then we have Action Comics number 587, and we have one for $5.
John Byrne mentioned at a con in Boston once that they asked him if there were characters that he regretted not being able to get to in his career. And one of the characters he mentioned was Phantom Stranger. He said he had multiple pitches, but nobody at DC was interested in the least at all. They were just like, oh, what?
And they haven't greenlit a Phantom Stranger series in decades at this point, right?
Steve Vendetta, you got it. That's a good one,
last
bud.
time I saw Phantom Stranger, it looked like they were going to do something with him, was in Kingdom Come. And they made the Phantom Stranger Superman and Wonder Woman's child. And it's sort of just, I thought it was interesting, but it didn't fit that character. That's not the character. And I think they lost both the people from Kingdom Come and they lost the Phantom Stranger people.
They did the bit in the New 52, if you remember, where they revealed that he was Judas, right? And that's what the necklace is. It's the 30 pieces of silver.
Pieces of silver. I thought that was, at least that fit. Like, you could come up with cool origins for Phantom Stranger. I'm Superman's son. I'm sorry, nobody's buying that. Even me in Kingdom Come is my favorite thing DC has done.
Right.
Just no. I'm not there with that.
All
there are
right.
a ton of characters that could be produced by Superman and Wonder Woman. Phantom Stranger ain't one of them.
All right. So next up, we have Action Comics number 592.
Big Barda, more John Byrne.
We've got one available for $8. Then we have Action Comics number 593. Apparently a controversial storyline.
Yeah.
And this one for $12.
Y'all remember what this one's about, right? This is about Superman and Big Barda's sex tape, man. That's what this one is about.
Big Barda decided to upgrade. Yeah, I know, dude. You're an escape artist. That's great, but he moves planets and stuff. I'm moving on up.
All right.
I love the cover too. Mr. Miracle, poor Mr. Miracle. Scott Free's like, Superman, my wife.
You know, Superman looks over. What do you do about it? Nothing is what you're going to do about it. You know why? Because there's no escape from me punching you.
All right. So next up, we got Action Comics number 595.
Silver Banshee.
First Silver Banshee. We've got that for $15. Then we have Action Comics number 598. First Checkmate. We've got that one.
All right, you're right. That's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
And then we have Action Comics number 599. John Byrne issue, and we've got that for $5.
I always thought this was a really cool idea. Everybody knows the Metal Man, kind of a weird liquid metal robot. They have these regulators. They've got like a weird mix of stuff, but the idea that they could replicate kryptonite was a cool idea. They've given people kryptonite like, that's lazy writing. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Alan Moore or whatever. If you just give out kryptonite like it's candy, that's lazy. This took some thought. I thought this was a very cool idea.
Hey, Clayton J, what's going on, buddy?
So
All
did
right.
you guys get to the $500 and 50 likes?
We're close to 50 likes. We're at 45, but Robbie was doing the math. So
No, we still got to get $348 in claims to hit the 500 mark.
I guess we'll do it again on Wednesday.
I
All
can
right,
find
so
something in
I
Nick's
got one
office
last
that's
back
worth
issue, guys.
$340.
What'd
Action
you say?
Comics number 600, John Byrne and George Perez.
Oh,
$5. We also have one that is a newsstand edition, also $5. All right, so that brings us. All right, there we go. So we should probably do the giveaway, and then Alex will come in and do his thing for the last.
Hey, you got a
couple minutes.
claim.
Oh, Dwayne, which one are you claiming, buddy?
probably the golden anniversary.
If
issue,
you
right?
are claiming the 600, you need to let me know whether you want newsstand or direct.
And largely, there's a lot of places around here doing apple cider and bourbon cocktails. They're really like a big. Most of the bars around here are doing some riff on that. Hot cider with a bourbon shot in there.
All right,
cocktail.
Dwayne, newsstand. Gotcha, buddy. All right, so Jay, let's spin the wheel for the giveaway. The Red Sonja number 7.
Good luck, everybody.
Marcus wants a sneak peek of the art I'm showing tonight.
All right. And
Speaking of Marcus, that's perfect.
that's a
perfect.
fix right there.
That's perfect
I'm very
timing, man.
suspicious.
That's a word.
All right, Marcus, you are the winner.
Well, he
buddy.
wrote, "Where's Nick's art?"
Where's it?
All right, so
Nick's art
Nick,
is coming up right after your book win, sir.
that's
Congratulations.
just, that seems a little funky to me,
That's
man.
very-
I know, right?
I don't know, but go ahead, Nick.
So Marcus, tonight I'm doing a show on Comic Art Live, and we're doing two things on Comic Art Live. The first 45 minutes, I'm showing art that's not on my Comic Art fans, like this Future Quest by Darwin Cook, and says approved by the estate of Darwin Cook. But Marcus, no stats. Sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint. I think I am going to make, relatively speaking, Alberto and Rick Vernabis happy. I will be showing for the first time ever Captain America test page that Ron Garney did to get the Captain America run with Mark Waid. Then I'm going to show.
Gee, I wonder how that one turned out.
It is one of the all-time best Captain
Yep.
America runs. These are not for sale. Not for sale. I want to be clear.
Another one of those segments of our show. I got something you more better than you got.
And this week's installment of Nick has better stuff than you.
This looks like Garney did a little Michael Golden down there for Marvel Fanfare with Iron Man.
Oh wow, that's a great callback. Actually, look at that.
Well, it's a show. It's Tacoma. So I also have more Garney Captain America. You guys, for those who don't believe me, I am a huge Ron Garney fan, and his Captain America is.
You probably want to leave the Johnny Quest stuff here.
Oh, you think I do?
Somebody asked the question.
Look at Tacoma. Everything's for sale.
I already asked this question. I do not think Dynamite will be reprinting or republishing the Kamiko stuff from Johnny
We don't
Quest.
know.
Yeah, I don't think that's been
don't
determined
know.
yet, but
And once again, John, who is not an employee, is making announcements and press releases.
no, the only announcement I'm making is that there's no announcement.
I'm kidding.
I love Johnny Quest. When Nick got Johnny Quest, I was super, super happy. He
All right.
probably knew he was going to get 10 questions in his text immediately.
Did Nick submit a form? All right, so the last 10 minutes of the show, we're gonna have Alex come in and do his thing. So
One of the greatest
And-
Dave
but-
Stevens covers of all time comes from Johnny Quest.
right, so
It's the Jade cover from I think JQ5 maybe.
but let's make sure, don't forget, tonight, Horror Fest, they are doing all 10 Saw
Yeah.
movies. So to end the Horror Fest tonight, Nick, as he said, will be selling original art tonight. Is it tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said this before. I always say this. Robbie's show is a great way to jumpstart your knowledge. Like people watch horror, but maybe they don't know about it and they want to. I've told this to people almost anytime I talk about horror. Robbie's show is a great way to jumpstart this stuff.
Right.
Like, do you want to spend hours on the internet reading? It's boring. Watch Robbie's show. It's entertaining and you learn something. I mean, this
Plus,
show.
we always cover like only the cinematic gold classic movies. We only talk about great movies. We never talk about bad ones. For instance, in 2024, the very first show we're doing is the Police Academy franchise. So we only go for the best over at PCP, y'all.
Never heard that said. The best.
I bet the Nun won't be on next year's Halloween special.
Let me
for
say
PCP.
this. Police Academy #1, excellent. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many they made. Not
There's
so
like
much.
7 or 8 of them, man. I don't know. I haven't seen them since I was a kid, but it's going to be a fun revisit. But that's still a couple months away. That's still.
But at the end, they were down to that guy who did the sound effects with, remember?
Jonesy. Yeah.
Michael Winslow?
Yeah, that was it. And everybody else, like Steve Gutenberg left after the second one,
This
right?
Kurt Busiek, George Perez, JLA Avengers has been left behind.
When Steve Gutenberg goes, this franchise has jumped the shark. I'm out of here. You're in trouble.
Yeah, because I mean, what's he doing, right?
Because he did 2 3-minute babies. Okay, so
yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
There's like 15 minutes of fame where that guy was box office gold, and then people decided, what are we doing?
God, that is so funny. The Flash.
They're still doing food.
I know.
They're still
I
doing
think
food.
it's stuck.
Ken Hazer one day said he would love to do an episode of this show in the break room where he's drawing and you're doing whatever it is Nick pays you to do, and I'm cooking. And
He pays me to ask you for another John Cole sandwich. That's what
he pays you to make sure I don't.
Oh, that's right. Gutenberg also did do that movie.
He's paying you to make sure I don't walk out the door with everything he owns.
I need a gun. I need a company issued weapon.
That's only the second time in my life I've seen Darwin cook art like that close to me, like 3 feet away from me. Usually it's up on a wall at a show or something. The Future Quest stuff. One of the things we were talking about, Darwin cook art, and the guy who really wants to try to grab a page of that if he can is Jeff Parker. Darwin did a couple little sketches, but he would love to do sort of a, but he understands. I mean, what do you think that page is going to sell for?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. All right, so isn't this your break room?
Nick should let John hold the art. Why would Nick do that? Unless he's going to write it off on insurance instead.
Sure, I mean, let your dog hold all the doggy treats too. Yeah, I'm sure by the time you get home from work, there'll be plenty of treats left in that bag, right?
Oh, you know what? A calamari ring flight with the different colored sauces representing the rings. That's actually a great idea.
The DF break room is not anywhere close to being chef ready unless you're making microwavable mac and cheese, instant cup of noodles.
No, if we were ever actually going to do something like that, I would probably ask a friend to borrow like a food truck and park out there so there would actually be a kitchen and we could have like the Robbie window could be the truck, and then there'd be another window that's actually Robbie, and then I
just want to know what's on the menu.
Yeah, I'm sure the internet would really work on a laptop in a food truck outside of the office.
I'm willing to bet real money it would work better than the one does in here.
Anytime, old man. Anytime, buddy. All right, so
Alex is here.
So Alex is going to close the show for us. Keep in mind, we will be here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for another Comic Collectables show on EXP. Robbie, I will be on Robbie's show on Friday at noontime, PCP, Pop Culture Philosophers, for the topic of the day. It's always real cool and very interesting.
If you're ever going to check out Robbie's show, the Halloween season is the time to do it. By far.
Angry Amy Steaming Hot Wings. I like that one.
That one's not bad too. And everybody who threw up all those suggestions, thank you. There's some really cool stuff in there.
All right, so
which Action Comics hasn't sold?
The only
the
one
Golden
sold
Anniversary one sold, right?
The 600 and the 593.
This is 536.
All right.
Now I'm going to talk.
You take it away, Alex. John and I,
we are done.
exiting
Thank you,
stage
everybody,
right.
for joining us.
All right, so we've got some time for. I will do a dramatic cover reading. Yes. I'm also going to move the microphone a little bit so you can hear me better. I'm sure that's a lot better. Hello, everyone. All right, dramatic cover reading 536. Hey, Robbie. What?
Hey, Alex.
What am I bid for the right to kill Superman? What? Okay, that doesn't make sense. So ignore that. Ignore that dramatic cover reading. In the meantime, this comes out this week. Dynamite.com. Website exclusive. This is the Savage Red Sonja, #1. The Dan Panosian line art. This is website exclusive. Only 100 are being made. This will be the rarest print run variant of this book. $20 gets you this beautiful line art copy of Savage Red Sonja, cover P from Dan Panosian. This series comes out this week, and you can be the first of your friends to own this awesome issue. It looks so good in person. It looks even better on screen. Again, the Dan Panosian line art, Dynamite.com exclusive. Speaking of Dynamite.com exclusives, here's another one. This is Alice Cooper, Volume 2, #1, the Jason Sean Alexander black and white version. Superman, help me. You've sworn to save all life. Except yours, Luthor. Come on, $8. Watch Lex Luthor be shot. Action Comics 510. Robbie, I want you to do a dramatic cover reading.
Oh, I can't see the covers, man.
It's okay. Whatever's to your left. Whatever's to your left. Pick something.
I got the Dracula book, but there's nothing on the cover. But I'll read something inside.
Yeah, let's do that while I figure out what I'm gonna do next.
You shouldn't be talking about these things. You'll give Mina nightmares. I'm sorry. It's rare something this interesting happens. There you go.
Yes! I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, oh, that's not it. Meanwhile, oh, that's not it either. All right, thanks, Action Comics, for having less word balloons than normal. How about I read this cover? This is Army of Darkness Forever, #1. Arthur Soidums. This is the Zombie Ash Virgin. Now, there's a regular Arthur. There's a regular Ash, but this is the website exclusive Zombie Ash. Only $20. Print run of 100. Army of Darkness fans, celebrate. What else? Robbie, how was your weekend?
I had a great weekend, Alex. How about yourself? I'm getting ready for Halloween. It's super exciting around here.
That's awesome. I was at Super Jersey Comic Expo in New Jersey. I was set up in the morning. It was a great show. Some great guests. Larry Hama was there. Scott Hanna was there. Bob Budiansky. The Simonsons canceled. But it was still a really, really good show.
Well, they were getting over COVID, so that's understandable, right?
Yeah, that's true. Tacoma, if you want to see some of these books, we can definitely talk. I personally do submissions. We can talk about all that stuff. I'm getting ready for Halloween tomorrow too, because for the 8th, 9th, 10th year in a row, giving out comics again. One of my favorite things to do. The kids love it. They come to the house specifically for that. It started as me just buying too many dollar books, and those books were just doubles. So I would have stacks of books that I just have 3 or 4 copies of by accident, because I go to a show, buy the book, go to another show, buy that same book, forget to write down that I have it. Now I just buy some cheap stuff just to have to give away, but I am very excited. Unfortunately, because I'll be here till 8 tomorrow, I'll just have a display that'll be take one comic, and hopefully the kids will follow it. You know what? If they don't,
some Whatnot streamer is going to show up and just take the whole box and run.
I can't. You have a Spidey 300 or a Strange Tales 172?
No.
You know. Other than that, that's all I got for you right now. But I'm gonna be helping Nick in about an hour. So stick around. Not stick around, but check out Nick's show tonight. I think he's on Bill Cox's channel. I believe so. But that should be fun because I'll be helping Nick. So other than that, Robbie, it's wonderful talking with you. I hope you had a wonderful week this week. Enjoy Halloween.
You too, buddy. Happy Halloween.
Hopefully, many treats, no tricks.
Absolutely.
Here's a trick.
Take care, everyone.
See you, everyone.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.